everyone. Welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, we were sitting here ready to go on a mission with Halbarad. We had rescued Funi Gem Cutter, and out of the the ruined elf keep of Minas Eladur, something like that. Can't remember the exact name of it right now. But we brought him back over here, and the dwarf has agreed to make copies of the Ring of Barahir. The ring that one of the tokens of the House of Isildur that Aragorn wears as proof of his lineage. And we were going to go make copies of the ring so that all of the Great Company would carry a copy on their person, so that if any of them were killed or caught, the enemy would be confused and might be at a pause, thinking that, who is this person I've captured? Is he the heir of Isildur? So, we have a quest. We are going to go and talk to Halbarad here.
It is time.
It is a solo quest. It is time, Gnarlo. Funi Gem Cutter will craft rings for every ranger in the company, and we will need to be on guard for any possible danger. Let us leave now. I'm trying to remember this one. I was wondering, are we going to the Ring Forges? Not quite sure I remember. I think we've already...
A skilled jewel crafter has crossed our path, and Halbarad has devised a curious plan for him. He wants imitations made of the Ring of Barahir borne by Aragorn for each Dunedain in our company.
Alright, so I guess we go and talk to Halbarad here. I'm trying to remember what exactly we do here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we fought our way through this before. These are the Ring Forges over here. Crossed the river from Mirobel. So I remember us having to fight our way in there before. If you remember, there were pale folk that we had to kill, and trolls and all. We were picking up ring lore all over the place. I don't particularly remember this instance right now. Funi Gem Cutter has been working hard within, melting gold with which to fashion quality imitations of the ring borne by Aragorn, our chieftain. Candaith, learned in lore as he is, described the ring to Funi, and the dwarf has pledged that his reproductions will deceive all but the most studious observer. What is this? Better not be Sarah Oakenshield again. Oakhart. Hoy, you there! The work goes well, Gnarlo. Already some of the rings have been made, and they are identical to the description with which my father was provided. But the gold is running low. Very little gold is needed for each ring, of course, but my father can use only small quantities of the material when it is melted, or imperfections will arise. Bring more coffers of gold to me from where they are being stored. Pick up a treasure coffer from the corner of the room where they're being stored. All right. The coffers you retrieve from Minas Eladur are in the corner there, Gnarlo. Sure. What's going to attack me along the way? This is not World of Warcraft EverQuest, so I really don't have to worry about one of the statues coming to life and trying to kill me. Cool. Carrying yet another thing. Sometimes I think I should have the drudge. Fusi receives the gold with an appraising look. Sometimes I think I should have the drudge title. All the stuff that they put me through. Candaith. The ring making is going well. Good. I gave the jewelsmith a description of the Ring of Barahir as I remember it, and if he has the skill he claims to have, his imitation should be suitable. LOTRO here wanted me to send you to him if you had a moment. He was contemplating our plans beneath a tree in the courtyard to the north of here, if you would speak to him. LOTRO here was in the courtyard to the north when I left him. Sounds like almost like he's establishing an alibi. He was up there when I left him. Would you like to go and take a look? Ah, all right. How come I'm having an issue with going into the courtyard to the north? Maybe because I'm going south? That could be why. That could very well be why, yes. I may be because I'm going to the south. South may rise again, but not this day. Oh, and you are still sacked out over there, aren't you? Have a quick sip of my coffee here. I don't want to be talking Dwarven and get into another coughing fit like what we had the other day. LOTRO here. Nice to see some of these people relaxing for a change. They work too hard, you know, too much stress. The crafting of the ring sought by Halberad goes well, Gnarlo. Good. If these preparations give our enemies even the slightest pause, the time they take will be counted 5 and 7 times in value. LOTRO here pauses for a moment thinking, and then takes you into his confidence. Before we left Eladris, my father gave to me messages for Aragorn, confident that he would understand them. But I too understand their meaning, and that understanding fills me with worry. He bade me to remind Aragorn of the words of the seer Malbeth and the paths of the dead. I will tell you of... Suddenly a shout breaks the silence, and LOTRO here leaps to his feet. What was that? Someone is in trouble. Guess he's assuming we're following. After all that work and coming back in here and doing all that, all the casting and all, we didn't tear down the evil idol over there? An exhausted ranger stands before you, his breath ragged and uneven. It's Radinir. A party of Uruks. They have climbed the path, and there were others in the distance. It would not be long before they arrive. Radnir seeks to catch his breath, but the exertion has been too much, and the urgency of his message cannot be restrained. Goladir is at the entrance. He hopes to hold them back. Help him. Help him quickly. You have to help Goladir. Now we have to get back to the entrance. That would be the one that just opened up, I would imagine. Yep, the one with all the Ninkoth berserkers out here. Excuse me, boys. You don't mind if we have a quick chat, do you? No, I didn't think you would. Ooh, who are you? Kufthak, Ninkoth leader. Why, yes, you are. And a bunch of despoilers and berserkers. Guess all the few that are left alive after our little excursion. Despair not, Gnarlo. We would defeat these Uruks, or we would delay them for as long as necessary for the remainder of our company to complete the task for which we have come to these forges. Oh, in other words, get ready to lay down your life, that's what you're saying. I have told you once already, Uruk, you will not leave this place alive. Ha ha! A good joke. You two, teach them the dangers of boasting to Kufthak of the Nimkoth. With pleasure. Don't think I have to worry too much about letting him tank for me. I think we're going to be okay here. And hopefully so will he. Yeah, he's doing a good job of taking him down. Quite a bit. Is that the best you can manage? You impudent. I thought I smelled man flesh here, or is that the stench of a Ninkoth? Sargud, what are you doing here? The Ninkoth have this in hand. That is not what I see. Show these weaklings your bared teeth, my Camglock. The Camglock will have man flesh this day. All right, that was one thing I always loved from the books, the fact that the orcs were always fighting amongst each other. Further emphasized the theory that they were actually descended from humans instead of elves. Just a theory, of course. Ha ha ha, now my Nimkoth attack. You will be the ones to slay these foes. Both of these eyes on in a second, I suppose. Together we can slay them, Kuthak. We must put aside our differences today. You are right, Sargud. They are the only two of them. We will rip them asunder. Goladir and Gnarlo are not alone, Valvans. What can you hope to do? You will be the first to die. Grey Company, attack! I got this guy over here who is, like, casting spells. Why don't y'all come help take him out first, okay? That might be a good idea, you know. Kill the healer first. Alright, he's down. Let that be a lesson to you. Together the strength of the Dunedain cannot be overcome. It's a rather permanent lesson. Halbarad. According to Fusi Jim Cutter, his father's work is going well and smoothly. With no more interruptions, I feel that we will soon see an end to this delay. Halbarad laughed softly, a sound that has been missing from the journey of the Grey Company, unnoticed until now. I say delay, but I feel better for having a secret held in reserve. Let our foes mill about in confusion, while the true heir of Isildur makes stealth his ally. It is good to be doing something. All right, completed as near as May. We have done well this day, Gnarlo. May Funi Jim Cutter's work go as well. All right, very good. Who do we need to talk to now? Let's talk to Halbarad once again. There we are.
May this work prove to have been unnecessary in the end. Fervently, I hope it is so.
It is done, Gnarlo. I hope that this was just a momentary delay that we would never have needed. But in the sad event that one of our friends is slain or captured by the enemy, perhaps this Bebberer here will buy our chieftain Aragorn some precious seconds. All of our struggles are for him, for the return of the heir of Isildur, the return of the king of Gondor. We must soon be off again. Our destiny awaits us in the wide southern lands. Okay. Which one of these wonderful items that in the days before Matham armor will we have acquired? That was a nice one. Halbarad's hymn. That is actually a nice one. That might actually be something we might want. Indeed. Let's hold on to Halbarad's hymn until we...
A single hesitation on the part of Aragorn's foes could make the difference.
Till we get a chance to try it out. Chapter 9, The Plains of Enedwaith. All right, we are traveling down to lands we have not been to yet. Not on this character, not in this playthrough anyway. If we are fortunate, none of the rings of Barahir, borne by the rangers of our company, will need to serve the purpose for which they were crafted. Even so, I'm glad to have them in the event they become necessary. A single moment of hesitation on the part of Aragorn's foes could make the difference. It is time again to ride. Let us cross south into the northern stretches of Dunlin. The plains of Enedwaith will be the next stop on our journey. We will take our rest once we cross into the lands of Forderith in northern Enedwaith. Degaras will select the location, and you should speak with Lothrindir when we arrive at Echad Degaras to learn the lay of the land. So we need to find Echad Degaras in Forderith. Okay, fantastic. All right, let's head on out here. Blast, I wish it had been daylight. In fact, I'm going to wait till daylight. It looks like I'm seeing the edges of the sky pink up. Is it the late watches? It is the late watches. I'm going to wait just a little while. Probably about 20 minutes. And when I come back, it should be daylight. And then we will continue on to the south. Let's see where we are here. We are right here at Echad Region. We are going to ride south to Mirobel, cross the river right down here at the ford, and then down into the Enedwaith. And down in the Enedwaith here, we are going to see if we can find Echad Dagaras. Fantastic. So we are about to go into a land we have not seen before. Actually, we're going to be coming down from this part. This right here is the road that goes north and continues on. This is actually part of the Greenway. If you were to continue it further north up this way, it would eventually connect right outside of Bree, where that group of bandits have their camp there. So we will see you again in probably about 20 to 30 minutes. My time. Your time, just a few seconds. And seconds later, we have returned. As you see, it should be dawn, is it not? Yes, indeed it is. It's the sun, the sky brightens and the sun rises over the misties there. It's at probably about 25, 30 minutes on my time. Let us mount up. We are going to ride to the south. We are going to head to Mirobel first, which is on top. You see that tree on top of the peak right there? That is the area we are headed for. Straight on through there, we're going to ride past Mirobel and then further south down toward the lands of the Enedwaith. And leaving the Region behind. Like I said, I believe this is the first time that we will have traveled to traveled any further south than a Region on Gnarlo here. So we will continue. Yeah, see, we had not even discovered Varad Morlas. It is a lot of quests. One of the things I talked about before about how I am enjoying LOTRO, my LOTRO playthrough, because it is all about taking the time to smell the roses, pluck the roses, and then beat Uryx to death with the roses. And having a good time doing it. Hitting all these quests in these zones here that you just don't get into in the course of trying to follow along with the epic line here. Because we are trying, as we said on Gnarlo, are trying to complete the epic line. That is our focus. Yep, there's the ruins of Echad Mirobel becoming more and more distinct there on top of the hill. We will do it the proper way and cross the bridge as we go by. And then we are going to continue on down past all the Dunlending camps. See if we can find this Echad Degaras, which means we need to find, as we've seen with Echad Candlewaith and Echad Region. I'm assuming, I don't know, Degaras will either be like the name of the hill or perhaps the ranger. Because Echad, of course, as far as I can tell, and from the meanings of all the various parts, I think Echad means camp. Candlewaith's camp, the Region, Echad Region, the Region camp, because none of them are real settlements. It's just a bunch of guys sitting around a campfire, smoking pipeweed, drinking some long-bottom stout, and having a good time. Okay, just off to the right are the forges and all, where we just were finishing up that instanced quest. Remember, don't ride across the bridge here, because if you do, there's the portal where you actually go into the, I think the instances of the camp there. Looks like we have to ride up. I thought there was a path along the side there, but it appears I was mistaken. So we have to actually ride up and more toward Mirobel proper, it would seem. Here we go. You know, if we play it around long enough, we'd find a way up this hill. There we are. We need to be on top of this ridge. I spoke at the time. I know we've been to Mirobel here in the distant past whenever we were first trying to get into Moria. Because I think that's where we had to come. I think we had to go up there to a Forge Master or something. And either upgrade, level up our very first legendary item back in the day, or we had to go there and talk to them about legendary items, one or the other. Maybe identify our first item. Okay, I think that may be yet another instance. I'm not sure. Hadn't been on this part before. I've been over on that side. I usually cross further down there. Thought I would cross there since I happened to notice the road that came on through. And there are, as you see by that tent right over there, there are Dunlending camps over there on that side. And as you get further down toward the Enedwaith, you start running into mixes of Dunlendings and Angmarum again. The Angmarum can be found even this far south, as you see right there. As the forces of Angmar and the forces of Sauron continue their hunt to try and either find the ring or reforge the ring. Perhaps make new ones like Amarthael. Amarthael was trying to do. It's kind of combining both her names there for a second. Okay, further on down, we are now entering the Emenir. Not sure if we are actually in the Enedwaith yet. Whoa. I believe we are Ulundin. Why don't we pull up the map, take a look at where we are. Yep, we are not quite there yet, are we? We have a milestone there, though. That may be the camp we're looking for. May not be the droids, but I think it may be the camp. I'm not sure which side of the river we need to be on. So we will just kind of Forderith. Yes, we have reached Forderith. Thinking we have to go down this way, perhaps. I'm not sure. I don't think there's actually a road in this area. I think it's more just a case of kind of winding our way in the general direction, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's look at our map again. Yeah, we seem to be heading in the right direction. We need to head a little bit more south. There we go. A little more south and a little more east, I think. This may be the camp coming up right up here on the right. Yes, we are hitting a road. Look at that. That's the road that we probably should have been on the first place if we had stuck to the other side of the river and came across. But you see the southern Misty Mountains? That looks like, I think that's Caradhras up there with Moria underneath it. And the southern Misty Mountains continuing on down south. We will see those off to our left there, off to the west as the east as we travel on. So you see the sun starting to come up. We will see those just about all the way down as we travel here, all the way on down to Isengard. And let's continue on up here now, see if this is the camp we are looking for. Hopefully it will be. If I remember correctly, a lot of the quests that we're going to be running here is going to be, these are areas of Dunlendings, and we are going to be trying to gain the support of some of the friendly Dunlending tribes and groups. Yes, there we go. Eka Degaras. New deed, the path of the Grey Company. You have discovered Eka Degaras. Let's come right on over here. Let's get the stable master. Whoa, look at all those in the Enedwaith. So we can now get here from both Eka Dunan, right over there at the gate of Saranin, and from Ekad Mirobel, which I wouldn't be too surprised if we could still see from here. It looks like it might just be out of the ranges of our vision there. Or it's hiding behind a rock, one or the other. Yep, there it is. You can just see it. Those elven eyes of Legolas have nothing on me, man. There it is right there. Alright, fantastic. Let's take a quick look at the... Let's see, there's our milestone as Ekad Dunan. We are now going to bind ourselves here, since we're going to be working in the Enedwaith now. There we are. Let's take a quick look at what deed we have. On the path of the Grey Company, Rangers of the North, kinsmen of Aragorn, son of Arathorn, have ridden forth to their chieftain's aid. As they pass south to Rohan, scout the way ahead for the best roads. So we have discovered Ekad Dagaras. All right, we are going to do a travelogue here, and then I think we are going to call it an episode for this evening. So let's go ahead and do the travelogue, and I'll be right back with you. Ekad Dagaras is the encampment of Dagaras of Estelden and his companions. It is here that the Grey Company entered Enedwaith and went their separate ways, hoping to pass through the region unnoticed by Saruman's spies. All right, everybody, so that's the travelogue for the Ekad Dagaras here. We are now going to have our pipe and take a break. So next time we will be starting from here. We will be trying to find Lothrindir, see where that ranger has wandered off to. I think I see his ring there on the map on the far side of the camp here. So we will go and talk to him. Thanks for coming along. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. And we will see you again next time. Bye-bye.